So this was the assignment. So this is one of the assignments submitted. Okay. And this, yeah, in this, I just wanted to highlight all the answers are okay. The only thing here which uh, this one, the variable name, okay, addition, difference, multiplication. So this is not a proper naming convention. It should be whenever we are declaring any variable, it should all be in small letters. Okay, it should not start with a capital letter. Okay, that was all. Rest all are good. Okay, that is not. It is not the best practice. Variable name should always be in small letters. Fine. Let's. Okay. So today we are going to see about conditions. Okay. For example, I have a variable like someone's. Let me say I have a variable called height. Okay, and the value is 5.8, 5.4. Okay. Now I have to check. I have this condition like if the height is greater than 6, then current person is tall. Okay. So this is what we are trying to achieve. We have this variable height. So we are going to compare this value of height. Okay. So we can do it like this, what we saw previously. Like we can have this relational operator height greater than 6. Okay. And store this and store this result in a variable. Okay. And then with the help of this if keyword, okay, if is a key reserve word, we cannot use if as a variable name. Okay. So if will if result, we are doing if result equals to true, then what will happen? We are going to print person is tall. Okay, so if we save this, why we are not getting any output? Is the result false? Okay, so since the result, the height is this condition is not getting fulfilled. Okay, and so it is not entering this. So few things to notice here. Let me give some value which is fulfilling this condition. Uh, so if and the condition we are giving here, we are not using any bracket. Okay, we are not using any bracket here. We can write it without any brackets. Okay, so second thing what you notice, we have given a colon at the end of the condition. This colon, The third thing is we are inside if condition, we are not writing from here. This much space is maintained to show that this statement belongs to this if condition. Okay, if block. So if this is a block, inside if we have to maintain some space. For example, if this condition is true, we can print, we can have multiple statements if this condition is true, multiple statement. Okay. Uh, you know, um, Participate. Okay, so for everything we have to maintain this much space. Okay, like it can be you don't have to give it manually, because if you go to this colon and you hit an enter, automatically your cursor will blink in this, it will automatically leave this space. Okay, so you can maintain this space. And if suppose if we have a statement that is let's have a statement, this statement is outside if condition. Okay, now suppose let's have a lesser value only 5.4. So uh guys, will this, if we have a value of 5.4, will this condition be true or false? Will it be matching or not?
False.
So it will not, so these will not be printed. Okay, but this statement, since this is not in if block, how we can say this is not in if block, because this is not maintaining that mandatory space that we have to leave here. Okay, so only this statement should be executed. So is so have you understood this, guys? Anyone having any doubt?
Sir, how we can know print we have to give gap, print we have to do not give gap?
Sorry, your voice is too low. Could you please come again?
Okay, how we can understand where we have to give gap before print and where we have to not give gap before print?
Okay, I got your question. Anyone else having any doubt?
So Dennis, can you start from the top again, please? Dennis, can you hear me?
Yes, Mel.
Can you please start from the top again, please?
You want to know the topic what we are covering today?
No, can you just start from can you just start from the each result again, please?
Okay, from the beginning you're saying, so let's start.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So, guys, today we are covering about condition checking, how to check whether a condition is using if else condition, using if else. Okay, and this is a variable height 5.4. I have to, and this is my statement. I have to check if the height is greater than 6. If the value of this height variable is greater than 6, then print that person is tall. Okay. So here's the height. We are comparing it and we are getting a result. Okay. So in this case, what is the result, guys? If we compare this,
False.
false. Okay. So since the result is false, so this condition will also be false, and it will, so whatever is in the if block, It will only be executed if this result is true. Okay, if this result, if this condition here is false, it is not going to enter this if block. Okay, and we give that if condition using this if keyword. Okay, and then after the condition, this is the condition what we are checking. We have a colon here, and then like after the colon, whatever belongs to the if can block, if block, it will be you can do it here. Okay, anything. It can be a statement declaration, variable declaration, or it can be a print statement. But this space has to be maintained. This is called indentation. Okay, if there's a mismatch here, then we will get some error. For example, let's say uh, I have kept here a equals to 10. Okay, and now if I run this, are you seeing the error, guys? What error we are getting?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Indentation error.
indentation error you are getting. So we have to maintain the minimum indentation here. Okay. Uh, this is so far what I have covered. For example, let's make it true. Okay. Let's give the height as 6.4, and the result now it will be a true. So this is true. So our these statements will be executed. Okay. Let's save and run this. Okay. Person is tall. He or she is eligible for participating in high jump. The statement is also if condition. And yes, the question like how will we know where to maintain this space or not is nothing like you have to do it manually. Basically, if a condition is satisfying, okay. For example, here we have got three things to do. If the value of a height variable is greater than 6, then print the person is tall. Okay, this is one statement that we need to do. Okay, we can have a second statement. Okay, uh, like second is print he or she is eligible for participating in, sorry, eligible for participating in that high jump. You have to do this also. Okay, so these things that so whatever like whatever statements or flow you have to do, if the condition is true, you need to put it in the if condition like this. Okay, by maintaining this space. Okay, and if the condition is not true, okay, if the condition is not true, then you give an else keyword with a colon and you hit enter. If you see, automatically that space is maintained. I am not doing it a tab or giving some space here. Okay, I can print the person is not tall. Okay, so let me comment out this. So if we have a variable here 5.4, so it will come here. It will check. Okay, this is no, this is false. It will not enter this block. It will enter. It will go to else and it will print this. Okay. So anyone having any doubt here?
After if result y double equal to you have mentioned, sir, single equal to why not?
Single, as we are doing comparison here, relational operators, single equal to is like assignment operator, right? It's not for use for comparing. It is you are
Okay.
assigning the value to it. For comparison, comparing two variables, we use double equal to.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Yes. And what is this previous sentence meaning? Print outside the conditions. Print the statement outside the condition.
This I
This.
just wanted to highlight. See, in this, we are not maintaining this space or tab in space indentation in the in between before the statement. Okay, so this will this will denote that this is not part of this if else block.
Okay.
Okay, it is independent of this if else block. If it's true false does not matter, it will after this if else block, this particular statement is going to be executed. Okay.
This statement is outside if condition is nothing to do with a boss.
Yes, it has got nothing to do with this.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But in
Uh,
real time,
if you don't
yes.
give colon, what will be the case?
So I'm not giving a colon here. Okay, I've removed the colon after true.
Just
So
semantic
this
error will come.
this type of error, you will get a syntax error. Okay, syntax error expected colon. Okay,
Okay.
this is mandatory colon. Okay, but generally, if you see, we don't give some like this and then compare it with here. Okay, that this is not the way. What we do, we directly will give the condition here. Okay, if height is greater than 6, okay, it will either return a true or false statement, and our code will behave or like act accordingly. If it is greater than 6, it will do this. If it is less than 6, it will do this. Okay, let's make it greater than 6 and let's run this. Okay, so this was part of if block, and else block was not executed. Else was this. See, if you see, print is not all, that is not getting printed. And this particular statement is your outside if else condition. Is this clear to everyone, guys?
So this the print one always the last one.
This will always be printed, yes.
And Danish, why the a is equal to 10? Why is it this given?
No, this is just you can have any statement. I just wanted to show that you can have any n number of statement inside this. If a condition is satisfying, you can have n number of things inside it. All of this belongs to this if block.
Okay, but
Can you
means
give an
why?
example of nested loop with the same one?
Yes, yes. So we have not started loops. So once we have this if else condition, then we'll move to loops.
And if we remove this a equal to 10, then also the job will be run.
It has got nothing to do with it. It's got nothing to do with it. Okay. So I hope if else is clear. So suppose now if we have we have multiple conditions. Okay. Like next scenario, we have to check. We have to check. mm, it will take a number and it will check three conditions. First condition, it will check if it is less than 10. Okay, then do then print number is less than 10. Okay, this is one condition. Second condition, it is going to check if the if it is if less than if it is less than 20 but greater than 10. Okay, but greater than 10, then print greater than or we can say but like this greater than equal to 10. Okay, if this is the number, if the number falls in this, then print number is greater than 10, but less than 20. Okay, second condition. So like this, we can have multiple conditions. Third, we'll check whether it lies between 20 to 30. Okay, then we have to give a print statement accordingly. And the fourth condition, what I will mention here, fourth condition, it is greater than or equal to 30. Then we'll print this is greater than 30. Okay. So we have these many four conditions to check. We have these four conditions to check, and we will take the number as input from the user. Okay. And how are we going to check, guys? If, right, number, what will be the condition here? First condition.
Less than 10.
Okay, if it is less than 10, colon, what we have to print?
Print
Number
Number
is
is less than 10.
less than 10. Okay, now we have the second condition. So we cannot use an else here, else like it will reduce our choice to 2, if not if this or this. Okay, but here we have multiple conditions. Okay, so to handle multiple conditions, how do we do it? We have another thing called elif. Okay, else if, it's a short form for else
Yeah.
if. So what can be a number? What will be the second condition? Is less than
20,
20
then equal to 10.
and number should be greater than equal to 10.
Danish, can we use ampersand instead of and?
Can we use
Ampersand
ampersand?
instead of and.
Okay, we'll run this and then we'll try change it and run it. Okay,
Sure.
we'll see.
Sorry.
Lies between 10 and 19. 19, guys, okay, because we are doing a less than 20, not less than equal to. Okay. Okay, this is the second condition. What do we have a third condition also? So what do we need to write here, guys? Else or elif?
Elif.
Okay, elif.
we can perform multiple conditions at the same program by writing elif.
Yes, we can have n number of we can check n number of conditions.
Okay.
What is the third? If it lies between 20 and 30. So if it is greater than or equal to 20 and suppose less number is less than 30, then print number lies between 20 and 29. Okay, now we have only one condition left. Just a moment, guys. Yeah. So we have only last condition left. So can we use elif or else is fine here?
I guess else is fine.
Yes, else will be fine, right? Because we are not checking any condition. If not these three, then automatically we know it will come under the fourth condition, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me comment out this. So we are taking input and we are comparing. Okay, let me see this. So it's asking me enter the number. So I'm giving here a -10 and hitting enter. What happened? Okay, so we are getting an error, guys. So why we are getting this error? Anyone?
We need to convert into integer. By default, input to function will give string value.
Okay, so is this clear to everyone? So we have to go back to our program and we have to convert this to int. Run this. Enter the number 10. So number lies between 10 and 19. Okay. I want to run it again. Enter the number -10. Number is less than 10. Okay. I can run it again. Enter the number 345. Number is greater than 30. So this is so we saw initially we saw only if condition. Then we saw if with else if we have only two conditions. But if we have more than two conditions, then we can use elif. So is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Done, done.
Okay.
Danish, is it mandatory to have else? And then if what if I don't want to do anything in the else condition, just I have else if conditions only. Is it mandatory to have the else statement at the end always?
Good question. Let's comment out these two. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's run this. So that will not give you a syntax error. It is always possible, to have your if without else or if elif without else.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. And ampersand, right? Let's see ampersand is working or not. Where is ampersand? Okay, I can give a double or single ampersand, whatever you wish, but let's run this. Let's save this first. Oh, number is greater, so it's not throwing me a syntax error. Now suppose I want to give between 10 and 20, right? Let's give an input like this. Oh, did we give like that out into the number 12, right? So when we gave 12, so what is are we getting proper output for this?
No.
So it should fall in this, right? So that is why I think something it is doing. Can we give a double ampersand? So ampersand alone, okay. These are wait. If we give a double ampersand, then we'll give an invalid syntax. Okay. But single ampersand, we have some operators in Python. They are called bitwise operators. Okay. That we will not cover because that is just for theoretical purpose. We have some operators called bitwise. It will do some operation on each bit of it will convert into byte and bit. That is a little bit like too complex and it's not it's not used anywhere. Okay, so that is why it was not showing any error when we are using single ampersand. Okay, so we have some operator in bitwise operator like this one, or what do we call, and or these kind of operators are there. They're called bitwise operators. So that is, it was not showing an error. But if we use a double ampersand, then it is going to throw an error. Okay. So we cannot use that, guys, ampersand and all for and condition. And is and.
Okay.
Okay. We cannot use, we have to use normal and or. Okay. So other than this, now we have some, in this if condition, we can do multiple things, few things like they might ask. I will just show you that. Let me run this. Okay. So let me create a new file. And here I am giving a condition if true, print in if block. Save this. If so what will be the output here, guys? Anyone can guess what will be the output here? Or it will throw an error.
If in block.
If block.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's remove this. Let's mention a variable a equals to 10. Now tell me whether this will throw an error or it will work or it will give any error.
It will give an error because we are not doing anything in operation, right?
Yep. Anyone else? Okay, let's run this. What output we are getting, guys?
In if block.
Yep. What if I give a value of 0 here and then this? What output we are getting? Okay. So always remember this. This is also some, in case of some tricky questions they might ask. Any non-zero value, any non-zero value will be equivalent to true with if condition. So guys, is this clear?
This is not case with
Means
Java.
What is it?
In Java, it won't work right like this. In Java,
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Could you please come again?
no. In Java, this won't work, right?
Oh, Java. Java, I have not tried. I don't think so. It should work in Java. But
Yeah,
guys,
yeah, that's what I have experience in Java, but I think it won't work in Java. For that, due to which I told it won't work in Python also, but it is working here.
yeah. Okay. So zero value, it will take it as false, and non-zero value, it will take it as true. Okay. Similar to this, 0 will be what if we have a floating 0.0 floating value? Try to run this.
in else block.
Okay. What if instead of this floating value, I have an integer called Sam?
True. I mean, yep.
What is the output, guys?
If
If block. What if we have an empty string, no value?
In else block.
Okay, so for string values also, we can have this, we have it like this. If it is empty string, empty string is equivalent to false, on empty string. Okay, so this a few things we had to keep in mind, if in case there are some tricky questions in the interview and all, it will be helpful. Okay, so I hope this is clear, guys. If, elif, else, and some conditions giving in the if. Anyone having any doubt here?
Sir, if a equal to Sam, when you return why it is given in if block, because you have given the previous condition all are in numerics, but string in if block output how it came.
So that is what I have mentioned here. So if it is a non-empty string, it is equivalent to true. Okay, if used with if condition. If so, this is the thing here. If used with if condition, okay.
Okay.
Used as condition in if, with if, you can see. Fine. Anyone else having any doubt here? Are we good?
Sir, again same thing.
Yeah.
This condition a equal to Sam, when you mentioned previously, whatever conditions you put, a equal to 10, a equal to less than 10 or greater than 20, how it is comparing with numerics and giving in if block output.
No, actually, we are not doing comparison here. Okay, we are just I am just checking you some. I'm just showing you some tricky scenarios with if condition that you may get, that you might be asked in interview or you might see somewhere. Okay, so just remember this point here. We are not. This is the value. Okay, we are not comparing here anything like here in the previous. You are talking about this. Now here we were
Yes,
comparing, right? If number is less than 10, less than
yes.
20. But here, are we using any comparison operators here? Relational operators? No, right?
Okay,
Just declaring a variable, and then I'm just showing you with the help of that variable also, you can, this if else block can be executed. But
okay. This is
this is not a what you call normal scenario. Normal scenario you will get always like this. You have to compare and perform some operation. But
okay.
just for tips and tricks here and there, okay? With the
Okay,
help of a variable, we can see how it is. Okay, that's it.
okay.
Now we can have multiple, if inside and if also. Nested if or nested else, we can have it like that. For example, okay, let's forget about this. So let's have another, like here, right? We were checking two conditions here, number less than 20 and number greater than equal to 10. Okay, suppose I want to check, whatever I want to check, a number should be greater than 0 and less than 100. Okay, this is my condition to check. Okay, let's declare a variable number here. So in this, I can check if number is greater than 0 or greater than equal to 0. Okay, if it is true, it will check another condition here. If number is less than 100. Okay, so then print number lies between 0 and, okay, so we can do it like this. But as we saw in the previous example, what we did there, rather than having two nested if, what we did, we just mentioned if number is greater than equal to 0 and number is less than 100, then just print this. Are we getting this much space? Have we missed something somewhere?
Else.
No, else is not mandatory, as we saw. We can have, we may not have, that is fine. But okay, no problem. Let me print here only. I'm 100% sure we'll get some errors. Okay. So you see, we are getting some unexpected indent here. Okay. Generally, you will get like this when you have when you have missed something somewhere. Okay. So just now I realize, so let me remove this. So guys, you see, I go here, I hit enter. This is giving me so much big indentation. Okay. That is not a normal one. And then I found out I have forgotten to enclose this thing in this code. I haven't given the ending code. Okay. So now see, I have given that ending code. Okay. And now if I hit enter here, you see how much indentation I'm getting now.
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you get an unexpected indent, just check your lines above the code. You might have missed something. Okay. So guys, here what we are doing the same thing what we did this with the help of nested if, one if inside another if. Okay. So if we run this, we'll get the same value for both. Okay. So similarly, inside else also, so we might have an else block here, and inside this you can have another, if else block. Okay. You can have some values here also. So all these are possible. Okay, guys, is this clear? How can we have, if else inside else or inside if?
Yes.
Based on the questions that we are solving, sometimes we have to, make use of different kind of things. But it is possible, so that we know that, okay, we are not surprised by seeing some code. Okay, it is having multiple if or an inside if. Okay, I hope this is clear, guys, to everyone. Can we move to the next topic then?
Yes.
So can we do some questions for this?
Can we do some
Questions.
questions you are saying?
Yeah.
Here, how can you have a scenario? Okay. So suppose here in this case, we are first checking whether the number is between 0 and 100. Okay. If that is not the case, then we have to check whether uh, whether the number is, odd or even. Okay. First, if it is, so this is my condition. Let me write it here. If number is between 0 to 100, print something that number is between 0 and 100. Okay. Else what you have to do, else, check, 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 if the number is negative or greater than 100. Okay. So first condition, it is checking if it is greater than 0 and less than 100. It is going to print this number lies between this and this. Else it is going to check whether number is negative or it is negative or positive. Okay, that's the negative or positive. Okay, so inside else what we have to do, guys, we have to check, right, whether the number is less than 0. Then we have to print number is negative. Else what we have to print, number is
Positive.
positive. Now suppose I have another condition here. Okay, I have another condition. So like if the number is positive, so this is a part of else. If it goes to else block, okay, we can mention if it goes to else, if it is or not else block, if it is not lying, if it is not lying between 0 and 100 and it is positive, check the number is odd or even. Okay, so here we are sure, okay, the number is positive. Okay, but again now we have to give some sub condition which will check if the number is giving a reminder of 0, right? Then print number is even. Okay, else print number is odd. Okay, so this is a use case where we are using, if you see, multiple if else conditions. Okay, now if we run this, let me comment out the other.
Close the bracket. Bottom. Even. No, print name is even.
You
Close
have
that.
not got this?
No, close this bracket. Print number
Oh,
is.
thank you. Yes, this
Yes.
was missing. If you miss this bracket, then what error we are going to get?
Parenthesis.
Yes, definitely parenthesis error that we'll get. But
Closing
what will be the name of that
parenthesis.
error?
Not there. Syntax.
Yes, it will be a syntax error. Okay, so we are giving the number as 101. Okay, let's run this. So we are getting syntax error. Okay, this was never closed. Let's close this. We are giving 101, guys. So what will be the output that we will be seeing when we give the input as 101?
So number is positive and odd.
Number
This
is positive and number is
yeah.
okay. So let me run this. Are we getting the expected output?
Yes.
Okay. So is this clear, guys? This conditional thing, how we check, how we can have multiple if else and all, everyone.
Sir, this is clear, but print number is positive. Below that, if you mention if number reminder 2, okay, and conditionally, what is that meaning? Double equal to what? Comparison equal to 0, right?
Yes, comparing.
Why reminder 2 only have given, sir?
No, to compare odd or even, right? A number is odd or even. How will you determine whether any number is odd or even?
Okay, so comparison purpose, you just randomly given 2.
No, not randomly given 2. Sub 3, number 3 is odd or even. How will you know that? Or number 11 is odd or even. How will you know that? You are finding the reminder here, right? So if 11 divided by 2, or not divided by 2, it's a quotient 2, what are we going to give? We are going to give 1, right? For odd numbers, and we are going to get this value as 0 for even numbers. For example, see, what I am doing here, I am doing 11 mod. 11 is an odd or even number?
Odd.
Odd. So what output we are getting? 1. If I do this 10 mod 2, what output we are getting?
0.
So this is the way how we check whether a number is even or odd, by using this mod sign with and just using this number as 2.
Can we use 4? Can we use 6? Or only 2?
Can we use 4 or 6? So if 11 11 or 100, let's say, if 1 mod 6 giving me 1, 2 mod 6 giving me 2. So is this possible to determine with these values? Okay, so we are, by using 2, we are reducing the possibility of the output to be either 0 or 1 by using 2 instead of 4, 6, or 8.
Okay.
Okay, so if it is 0, if it is even, if it is 1, it is odd.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine. Anyone having any other doubt, guys? Are we good this if else condition? Then we'll move to while loops now. Okay, no question means I'm taking it as a no, like no questions from anyone. Let's move to a new file. So guys, loops, why do we use it? When we have to perform same action multiple times. Okay. For example, I want to print welcome everyone 10 times. Okay. Then how we are going to do it? We are going to type print welcome. Okay, this we have to repeat 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If I run this, what if I have to type 1,000 times? Are we going to copy this 1,000 times? That is not a good option, right? So what we will do, we'll make use of loops and only one print statement that will work for us. Okay. So while loop, we have this while reserve keyword. We cannot use this as a variable name. Okay. Let's remove this 10 times. Okay, let's have a variable called 1. and we give the while keyword, and then we give this condition here. So while n is less than 10, okay, and a colon. And then if we hit an enter, automatically you see there's some space which it has, left on the left hand side. It is not present. Okay, so this is also here. Also, we have to maintain that indentation. Okay, and we are just doing a print. Welcome. Okay, and we have to increase the value of n every time. If we don't increase the value, we will go into an infinite loop that is just never going to end. Okay, so if I save it and run this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We are getting 9 times 8. So we have to make it this to either less than equal to 10 or less than 11. Okay, let's have a counter also. Welcome and the value of n. Welcome 1, welcome 2, welcome 3. Okay, so what if we don't increase the condition? Okay, what if we comment out this, and if we run this, see what is happening, guys? I have to forcefully stop this by pressing Control C in my keyboard. My Control C is also not working. Control D. Oh. To close this shell only. Control C generally works, but is it not working? Why? Fine, I have to close this shell. Yes, kill it. Okay, generally Control C will work. It acts as a keyboard interrupt, but for this today it was not working, so I just closed that idle window only. So, okay, this is very important, guys. This is very vital. Whatever condition you are giving here, okay, this should be, because every time what will happen, first it will take n equals to 1. Okay, it will check. Okay, 1 is less than equal to 10. True or false? Initially, guys, first.
True.
True. So it will enter this n and it will increase the value of n now. Now n is, initially n was 1. Now the value of n is 2. 2 is less than equal to 10. True. Again it will enter. So once the value of n becomes 11, then it will check this condition, 11 less than equal to 10. False. It will not enter this. For example, if I give here n equals to 11 in the very beginning only. Okay. So when I run this, it will not enter the loop only. See, it will not print anything, because our initially the condition checking, it went wrong. It returned a value of false.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt, anyone?
N equal to 10, n equal to 1, while n less than or equal to 10, then bottom print welcome comma n when you mention n plus 1, n plus equal to 1, right, sir? So by
Yes.
default, n becoming there 1 and then plus equal to 1, it is 2.
Yes.
Initially, it is not considering 1 itself only. Bottom n plus 1 equal to 1.
This one you're talking here, we are increasing the value of n. Initially it was 1. After printing this, when this statement is executed, it became 2. And then it is
Okay.
coming back to this 2 less than 10. Again,
Yes.
it will be 3. 3 less than equal to 10. This is how it is working.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's it. Thanks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else having any doubt?
Sir, will this be hello?
Will this be?
Will this be executed if like you are after printing also it get incremented?
Yes, after printing, it is getting incremented.
Okay, until we close this.
Until we close the... No, until this condition becomes false.
Okay. Or if we want to like in the runtime only, we want to just make it switch on to some another condition like 10%, like divided by 2 and get some output out of that. So will it keep on incrementing or will it be stopped?
I didn't get your question. What is it?
Like if you are like dividing this and percentile by 2, okay, the
N by
specific
2
n,
you are saying, while n by doing this, n by 2?
yeah. So n by 2 plus 1 plus equals to 1.
N by 2 plus equals to 1.
Yeah,
N by 2 plus equals to 1.
yeah. So will it be
No, but this is this a valid variable name, n by 2?
yeah, we need to define it at the top as well, or will it work?
No, this is an invalid variable name, first of all. We
Okay.
cannot have a variable name like this, n by 2.
N
No,
percentile 2.
no, sir. If it is a ratio value n equal to 1 by 2, does it not perform the loop?
No, it will perform. So what I no. So if you are saying like this, you are saying that we are, dividing by 2, you are saying that we have to check like this.
Yes, ratio.
Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, this will, so for example, initially n is 1 here. Okay, this condition is true, it is printing here. Then 1 by 2, what will be the value we will get? 0.5.
Yes.
0.5 less than equal to 10. True.
Right. Yes.
Again, then 0.5 by 2, 0.25. So it will be an infinite loop, right? Because we have to increase the value. Here, what we are doing, we are decreasing the value.
okay.
Okay, so any condition, you can have n plus or n minus or n divide by, it will go here and it will check this condition.
Okay.
Okay, it be a floating value, be it an integer value, that does not matter.
Okay. In this powers power numerics also will be accepted, like 4 power to the 4 into power to the 2 powers.
For example, n power 2, right?
Right.
So what will be the value after the first execution of n? For example, let's make it 2. Okay, n is 2.
4.
So after this first execution, n will be equal to 2 to the power 2, 4. 4 less
Yes.
than equal to 10. True.
Yes.
Okay. And then the value 4 to the power 4 square, right? 16. Then it will be false. So it will be printing only 2 times, I think, here. If we give a condition like this. Okay, because then n became how much? 16. Okay, when n becomes 16, this condition became false. So it is
Yes.
not going to enter this loop.
Yes.
Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So this was like this, and what else we have? Yep. So we saw also infinite loop. Are you guys clear with infinite loop? How we are, moving into infinite loop. And then after this, suppose I want to do some operation after this while outside this while block. Okay. So we have, if we don't maintain that indentation, so that denotes this is outside while loop. Okay. Same like what we saw for if condition. Okay, so even if a condition is false here, it will not enter this loop only because initially only this is returning a false, but our this statement will be printed. Okay, and this was outside the value. So what if, guys, I want to print this, like, what do you call in this way, 10, 9, 8, 7, the reverse way. Okay, so what is the condition do I need to give? From 10 to 1 it is going to print. Okay, like the bigger one, the 10 first, then 9, then 8. How are we going to do this while with the help of while loop?
N
N
minus
equal
1.
to n minus 1.
So initially, suppose I gave n as 10 here. Okay,
Same.
then what do we need to give in the condition?
N less than equal to, that is correct condition only.
That is correct only. Okay.
Yes. And then equal to n minus 1.
N equals to n minus 1.
As well as by 2 also you can mention. If
Are you clear with the output? What output I want?
less than decreasing,
I want 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 till 1.
descending order.
Okay. Yes.
Then
So will this work?
n is greater than or equal to, sorry, n is less than or equal to 1 then. While.
N is less than equal to 1 we have to give. Okay. Then is this fine? Can I run this?
N less than or equal to 1, n equal to 10, directly it is declining, false it is.
While n less than equal to 1.
No, n is greater than or equal to 1.
Greater than equal to, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Now is this fine?
Yes.
Okay. Let's run this. Is this clear to everyone? Why we use get? Initially I was using less than equal to, now I'm using greater than equal to, and we are decrementing every time. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Anyone having any doubt, please feel free to ask.
Danisha was missing me. What happened when we have given n equal to n power 2?
What happened when we give n equals to?
N power 2 in while loop.
Oh, n power 2. Okay, we'll come to this. We'll come to that. But are we clear with this, how we are printing the reverse way?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I hope no one is having any doubt. So see, n value based on, for example, here my I was having the expectation that I will get output in this way. Okay, so we have to update the value of n after each in each iteration. Okay, so there you can like you can do an addition, subtraction, or multiplication, division, anything to update the value of n until and unless I am getting the desired output. Okay, so example, if we do n to the power 1 here. Okay, so initially n is 10. Then what will happen? 10 greater than equal to 1. Okay, it's true, it is going to print 10. Then 10 to the power 1. What will be the output, guys? 10 only, right?
It's like an infinite
Will
loop, I guess.
the values change in n?
No.
It will always be 10. Then what will happen? We will go into an infinite loop.
Yes.
Okay, so it was just she was asking, can we? The question was whether we can use like these, and a power or and divided by some value. So all those you can always, whatever is a valid, arithmetic expression, you can use it. Okay, but ultimately we have to see what output we want, and we have to give increment, decrement, or do some other operation accordingly. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this was yeah. So we can this is so now we are checking this condition. Okay, after this condition we have some other operations to do. We can do it like this also. Now we have a scenario where the user will take input and to keep on putting the input number. Let's say a number we again input. Or we can say it will take input names, and it will keep on printing the names until it receives Q as input. If the user if the user enters Q, there's only Q, the program will terminate. Okay. So this is our condition. Now guys, tell me, if I have a condition like this, while true, print something. What will happen if I run this while loop? Only this.
Again
Will
infinite.
will this execute? Will this give any error? What any peculiarity with this statement? What will happen?
Yeah, it will print. It will print, but it will print infinite.
It will print, right? Something. Okay. How many times this will get printed, guys?
Until this is false. So
Until this condition is false. So are we updating the condition here?
no.
No. So if we run this, keeps on printing. I have to forcefully interrupt it using Control C. Now my Control C work this time. Okay. So this is basically nothing. It's going to an infinite loop. Okay. What if I use here a variable name n? We have n, right? So n was getting updated 109,876. Let's take another variable name called a equals to 20. What if I give while a? Just like what we saw, guys, in if else condition. So if we run this, what happened, guys? Again, it took this as true, right? What we saw here. No, not here. Any non-zero value will be equivalent to true. 0 will be taken as false. Same thing applies here also. Okay. So while A and while true does the same thing. And now here my question, the question that I'm trying to ask here is, so user will take input names and it will keep on printing the names. So inside this while loop, okay, we are going to take input okay, so into print it. But before printing, it will check if name equals to Q, right? Then what we have to do, we have to exit from the program. Okay, how can we do it? We have a keyword called break. Okay, else what will happen? It is going to print the name. So what is the use of break, guys? So what break will do now? It will terminate, it will come out of the loop. Okay. Break will force the break will what do you call it? Will exit, will exit from the loop. Okay, so let's run this and check. Let's run this. Enter any name, I'm giving Sam. Okay, printed Sam. Enter any name, I'm giving Samir. Printed Samir. Enter any name, I give Danish. Printed Danish. Enter any name, I give Q. Okay, small letter Q. So our program got ended. Okay. So is this clear, guys, how we are doing this?
Yeah.
What is the use of break?
Right.
Anyone having any doubt here?
For example, in the name itself only, okay,
Yeah.
like Maksud, in that queue will be there by default.
Yes. So here we want the entire string. We don't want only Q. So if you run this, okay, enter any name. I am giving a name starting with Q. Oh, sorry, not okay. Okay, QASIM Qasim. Okay.
Hmm.
So it printed that entire name.
Okay, only that queue should be there with
Only
for
Q, because
breaking.
we are comparing here. If you see the comparison, what we are comparing with? Only
Queue.
Q. We are not comparing that if this name contains that letter Q. We are not giving a condition like that. We are just giving a, or we can say instead of name, equals to, yeah, fine. We can give any other character also here.
Okay.
Okay, is this clear to everyone?
Yes, to break this input queue is required. If it is capital Q also same, sir, or it is different again?
No, only what we have mentioned here, small Q.
Okay. Okay.
That after breaking, if the condition gets false and like it's not possible, like will the loop get start continuing?
No, I didn't get your question.
I'm saying when the condition is true, then only we are entering in the break. So if the condition is false, so if we put continue here, so will the loop gets override by that? Will the condition get override with the help of that?
So if you have condition is false here,
Hmm.
then first of all, it will not enter this loop only.
Hmm.
Okay. But if you want to do something like this, like suppose, let's say instead of a equals to 20, I'm giving a as, sorry, a as true. Okay. And you're using here while a, and when this is q, instead of break, we are giving a as false. Are you trying to say something like this? Then it will be while false, it will come out.
Okay.
Okay, you can do something like this as per your question, what I think you're trying to ask. Okay, if we run this, enter any names, Sam, any other name, we give Q, that's the end. Here the same thing, what we were changing the condition here, right? Reducing the condition. Similarly, here we are changing the condition. It was true, we are making it false. Okay, it will behave the same way. But here what I was showing was this while true, and with the help of this break. Okay, so suppose you want to keep on adding numbers. Okay, keep on adding some numbers until unless the user enters 0. Okay, then you can try a program to do like that also. Okay, keep on adding the numbers. Once the user enters 0, then it will come out of the loop using break. Okay, is this clear to everyone? Anyone having any doubt?
Yes, this program is clear, but instead of manually entering Q to stop the program, the same program can be set up in such a way that automatically it will get stopped when we enter any. For example, a number instead of Q, if we put 10, a number we enter the very first one, and program by default it will stop at 10 in the same break format.
No, you have to mention a condition to exit, because it's an infinite loop, right? You have to explicitly tell, okay, exit from the loop once it gets this. That number you can take as, input also from the user. That input, enter the character where the program will terminate. Store it in a variable, and then instead of explicitly using this queue, you can make use of that variable. But you have to give some condition. That is mandatory. Without condition, your loop will not come out of that infinite loop.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Anyone else having any doubt, guys?
Sir, I joined the class late. Did we cover like how much indentation is required after if condition?
By default, we are not giving any indentation ourselves. So we are just hitting on enter. It is all telling us you can start from here. So we are maintaining that.
Okay.
Okay.
And what about if after if you are maintaining some condition, what about else it is coming automatically, sir?
Yes. Also else you hit an enter. You see the cursor where it is blinking?
No, in the else line, sir. After false.
After
equal to
false.
false.
Oh, yeah. After using multiple statements in each block, right? So
Yes,
if I hit an
yes.
enter,
Okay.
so this is a command. This is a command, but if we use a break, it will, okay, it is pointing here. Oh, because these are different statements, but I got it. It will maintain that space. So for example, see, I'm printing here name. Okay. If I hit enter, it will point to this only, same place.
Because if I'm writing in Word document, I won't be able to maintain this lesson. So how, if for assignment directly, should we run it on Google Colab or whatever it is? Like, shall we directly run and copy paste it, or because
Or you, after writing a program, now you can save it as a text file. Okay.
okay,
Then it will work. Also, if you copy this program also, for example, I'm copying this. Copy this.
directly we
If I
can
open my
copy it.
notepad, so it
In
is
the same
maintaining
folder.
that, the indentation, everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, can we write multiple or inside if so? Multiple or if a name equal to Q or R or S or T.
Yes, we can have and or anything here. We can give
And
multiple
Okay. Okay.
so by
and or.
maintaining a tab, like if we press a tab key, so we need to maintain that sort of indentation in every line.
Yes, whatever you are, if you are maintaining like two spaces, only two space, then you should maintain that. Same thing. It should be uniform. It should not be different. So for beginners, I would suggest just take whatever it is giving, right? By default giving us some tab and all. We should maintain that. Okay, that is the best thing to do.
Tab in the sense by default, whatever it is giving, you have to maintain. I mean, we are not giving
Yes.
anything, no, sir.
Yes,
Explicitly,
we are
we are
not giving anything.
Okay.
Correct.
And in like SQL, we mentioned like if name equal to Q or name equal to R. Multiple times we are writing name. Here we need not write nothing.
Yes,
I can
here
write just
also. No, here also. I think you have missed the initial part.
yes.
If you see here, this was the first program we did. Number less than 20 and number less than equal to 10.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, these kind of conditions.
Sure.
And so this was while loop. Now we'll see about for loops. Okay. So initially in while loop, we saw how we can print welcome 10 times, or like we printing welcome every 100,000 times, anything. Same thing with for loop. Start with this for, okay, and then can have a variable name here. For example, here we are saying number only, okay, for number n. We have to make use of this function called range, range, okay. Here we have to give one starting value and one ending value, and we have to print welcome. Okay, so if we do this and if we run it, okay, it printed as welcome 10 times. Same thing if you want to do via while loop, how we do it, guys? We first here we are giving the variable name in the same line where we are declaring the for loop, okay, but we have to take another variable here. We have to give some value, for example a1. Then what do? We give a while a is less than 11. We print welcome and a, and then we have to increase the value every time, right? So same thing we are doing with for loop and while loop, and the same output, but what difference you are noticing, guys, between the two?
Here we declare and define simultaneously, and here we are declaring and defining separately.
Okay, what else? Which one looks convenient to you guys?
So
The
in
first
for
one.
loop, we no need to increment. Automatically, it will get increment.
Yes, this increment, this is an important point. Here, see, every time we have to increment the value of a so that the condition gets updated, right? In while loop.
Yeah,
But
in while loop,
that
I
is
think
not the
it's
case.
redundant. Most of the things are redundant in while loop, but in for loop, it's not redundant.
Sir, in for loop, the system knows how many times it has to iterate initially only, right? In the range, but in while loop, the system doesn't know till the time it comes to the incremental operator. It doesn't know like how many times it has to run that iteration. So that is taking a bit of time.
Apart from the this time wise, okay, apart from this time wise, yeah, that is true also, that initially we have given the condition, okay. Okay, one comma 11. That means it will go till 1 till 10. Here every time we have to, so this is important point. This condition updating, okay, we don't need to bother here in case of for loop, because if you forget to give it here, it will run into an infinite loop. Okay, but here we don't have that tension of that, if it is going infinite loop, it would be a problem for us. Okay, that is one
If you
thing.
want to give a square bracket, sir, I want to include both the lower limit and upper limit also.
In this case, you're saying 1 comma 11.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I will talk about it a little bit later about this range function, what how it works. But initially, just this initialization and this increment or decrement or condition updating, these things are being avoided here in case of for loop with the range function. Okay, but where do we need while loops? When we have condition situations like this. Suppose I want to find, the sum of n numbers, n can be anything. Okay, sum of n numbers until the user enters 0. Okay, basically running an infinite loop. So in that case, when we have to run an infinite loop, we can go with while loop. Okay, while we can give a statement like while true, and it will keep on executing. Once the user gives that particular thing 0, it will exit. Okay, so in those cases we can go for while loop, but for rest of the cases we are good with for loops. Okay, and so coming back to this, for a number in the range of 1 to 11, so this range function can have three parameters inside. Okay, three parameters. One is beginning, ending, and third is the step value. Step value we are not seeing right now. In this case, we are only seeing the beginning and ending. So how this will work, guys? It will take the beginning value, okay, but ending value, it will not. It will stop here. It will not execute the end value. It will go till n minus 1. Okay, so in this case, it will go from 1 till 10. If you see the output, we are printing 1 to 10. It is not printing 11 because in range function it will stop here. It will not include the ending index. It will stop one one step before that.
That means exclusive, right? The second parameter is exclusive.
Excluding, yes, correct. This is including and this is excluding. Right, that would be the correct word. Excluding the ending one. Yes. Okay, is
So
this
what's
clear
the
to everyone? Any
significance
doubt here?
of
What is it?
Okay. Can you explain again why we are going for while instead of for?
When we have a situation like this, where we need to create an infinite loop.
Okay.
Okay, there we go with while loops.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
this range from yes.
Yeah, is it possible with range whether we can like increment by 0.5 or any other value? If it default by 1, it will get incremented. Like in range.
Yes, by default it is getting implemented by 1, but it can only have I think like integer values. Okay, so if we give 2 here, so our increment is 2 now. Okay, it will first print 1, and then 1 plus 2 3, and then 3 plus 2 5. Okay, if I run this, you see 1 3 5 7 9. This is our for loop ending here. Okay, but if you are talking about floating values like 0.5 like this.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, so if we run this, I don't think so this is allowed here. Okay.
So what if negative -2?
Negative is allowed. Negative is allowed, but it will not work here because the if you run this, so this is only the while loop. Okay, for the negative thing, you have to give one value here like this 10 and then 1 and then -1. Okay, that will fall in the range, right? 10 minus
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
8. Then this will work. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay, so beginning, ending, excluding that ending value and the step value. Is this clear to everyone? Anyone having any doubt?
No.
So basically,
Division.
if we give beginning 1, ending 10, and step as 0.2, so it doesn't take float value, sir.
No, it will not take float value.
Okay.
It is not allowed in this range function.
Okay.
So for simplifying it, division and multiplication can be done in the same step, or the time complexity error is there.
Division, multiplication. Where exactly?
Like if you want to proceed with the division multiplication steps as well, so will the number of steps, because if we are doing in a separate step, the time complexity will definitely increase. If we are doing the same in this, like in the range of 10, 1 comma uh, star 3 or star 4, like for example like this, so the time complexity will be decreased, so it will be preferred solution or not.
Okay, time complexity wise, might be because here we are, because here see we are reinitializing the variables and all, right?
Hmm.
A was 1, then we are reinitializing in while loop. Okay, so this might take some more time. So we'll see that. Okay, guys, we when we cover this date time module, okay, we have some function where we can measure the time, how much time this is taking and how much time this is taking. We'll see that time okay, we can measure the time and see ourselves which one is taking longer time and that. Okay.
Sir, range can have 3 parameters inside beginning and -1 step. All these 3 conditions are fulfilling in this for number range 10 comma 1 comma -1 itself.
Yes. So
All the
out of these three, only one is mandatory. Rest you can avoid. One is mandatory. That is the end parameter. Okay. For example, here I have only one value for I in the number in the range of 10. Okay. So this is the ending value, guys. Okay. By default, there will be some value for beginning. By default, the value is 0. And by default, this is the default value for and default value for step E1. Okay, so if we run this, it will print 0 till 9 because it is excluding the this
10
end value. Okay,
value. Yes.
yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so I hope this is clear, guys. Now we will look into nested loops, one loop inside another loop. Okay, nested loops.
So
Let's
range
have
value,
one
can we pass a range with variables A, B, C?
variables A, B, C. So okay, let's here only we are giving n equals to 10. Okay, and let's give it as n. Working as expected.
Yes. And operations also can perform operation
Ah,
also. So like A equal to 3, B equal to 2, A plus B, A minus B, and step I won't give anyways.
n plus 3 you are saying.
Yes.
let's see, this n plus c is how much? 13, right? So it will go till 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did not understand that n minus 1, sir, there. Why we are
N
writing
minus 1, where is, which one?
the first line, sir. Beginning,
Uh,
ending minus 1. Starting
oh,
first
this
line.
one?
Yeah.
This one, n minus 1.
Yes.
So this so n minus 1 is nothing like, it will have n only, but when it is going to print now, it is going to excluding that last option. So if you
Okay.
see here, it is 13. So 13 will not be printed, it will stop till 12. So that is why I mentioned there it will print till n minus 1.
Okay. But if suppose I'm taking beginning value as 10, ending value as 1, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, it will print till n minus 1 means till 0, sir, or what is it like? Yeah.
Okay. So here, let's see this, what it is going to print.
Till 1 it is printing, but n minus 1 is still 0 should print, right? So, okay,
In till 1 it is getting printed. So here, here the order is a little bit different. So if we go like this, let's have it like this. Let's see. So 10 is the beginning value, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you are saying it should not print this 1, right? Should stop at 2.
correct.
Going till minus 1, 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay, that is also a valid point. In case of reverse order, it is including this, right? It is including, it is not excluding anything.
I mean, minus 1 is the decrement, like step. Every time it is decrementing minus 1 till it reaches 1. So 1 it's not include 1, right? 1 minus 1 is 0. So it is not including that 0 value, but whatever before 0 it is going to take, right? That is what I'm thinking.
Yes, yes. If you think on similar lines, I think yes, that is what is happening, because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So in this case, the first value is 1. It is doing a plus 1, then 2, 3. So 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plus 1 gives a 10. Okay. So 9 plus 1 gives a 10. It is going to print that 10. Okay. But when it comes to this 10, okay, 10 plus 1 gives you an 11. So that is not getting printed. Similarly, here till 2, okay, 2 minus 1 gives you 1. If it is a minus, if it is going the reverse way, in this case, 2 minus 1 gives you a 1, it is printing that 1, okay? But 1 minus 1 gives you a 0, so it is not printing 0. This might be a little bit confusing for others. No problem. So guys, what we'll see this, we'll see this in detail only. If it is, see what is happening now, what I told, it will include the last step. For example, if we were going till this, let me again write it. Let's make it a normal one, 1, 2, 10, and we are increasing by 1. Okay. So what I told guys, this 9 will not be printed. Sorry, this 10 will not be, it will exclude this 10. Okay, it will go till 9 here. Okay, so if we run this again, printing till 10. So what is happening, guys? Let me remove this. So here we have given a condition. So initially it is printing 1, started with 1, okay? 1 plus, then the next 1 plus 1, 2, okay? When the value of this will be 9, okay? So it will not include 10. When it reaches 9, 9 plus 1 equals to 10, it is giving you 10 here. Okay, but when it reaches 10, it will stop. It will not do 10 plus 1, 11. It will stop here. Okay, but it behaved a little bit differently when we did not use, I think, this. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, there are so many print statements. I'm also getting confused.
There's a
No
problem.
problem, guys. But for the time being, we'll discuss on this in the upcoming class. Okay. For the time being, don't think too much about this right now because others will get confused now. I will discuss this in detail about how this is exactly working.
Okay.
But this big beginning, ending step, negative, forward, this is clear to everyone. Okay. Let's keep it till here only. We'll see this in details in the next class. Okay. Let's move to the nested loops.
Sir, are you
So,
extending the class by half an hour?
no, I'm not extending the class. I discussed with Tanveer and other folks. We have not come to a decision till now. So I will will discuss with you guys, okay, before extending.
Okay.
In case of nested for loop, guys, for I in the range of 10. Print I for j in the range of, let's say, 10. Print I comma j. Let's remove this print statement. So we are giving only the ending value here, guys. Let's make it a smaller one, 5 and 5. Okay.
So ending value means if you take till 4 only, sir.
Yes, nested loops. It will take 0 to 4. Okay. So for, if you see the output, guys, what we are getting 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4.
For each I value, it is printing for j values. Yeah.
Okay, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. So what is happening, guys? So if I have to explain this via an Excel file, we already have one file here where nested loop. Yep. Let me enlarge this. Okay. So here it is 1 to 5. Okay, let's make it 1 to 5 then. Beginning value and the ending value 1 comma 6, and here also it is 1 comma 6. Now if we print this, so we are getting this 1 1 1 2 1 3 1. So what is happening, guys? When the outer loop value is 1, okay, so what is happening when I is 1, j will go from 1 to 5. Okay, for I is 1, it is coming here, and then for j in range 1 to 6, it is printing I comma j. What is happening when outer loop value is 1, it will execute the entire inner loop. Okay, so when it is 1, it is executing the entire inner loop for 1 1 1 2 1 0. Similarly, when the value of I is 2, again it will execute the inner loop will be executed 5 times. Okay. When the value of outer loop is 3, again the inner loop will be, it will iterate 5 times. When the value is 4, again it will be iterating 5 times. When the value of 5, again it will be iterating 5 times. So in total, guys, how many times, in this case, how many times this for loop is running? So if we maintain a counter like this, count, we are increasing, right? Count plus equals to 1. Let's have it as count equals to 0. And we are printing this count. Okay. So if we run this, you will see how many times the inner loop got executed, guys. Can you see the number here?
$25 times.
That is I into J, right, sir?
No, I'm just increasing the value each time it goes into this for loop, inner for loop. We are increasing the count. Okay, so in total, how many iterations were there total? There were 25 times we were iterated in this. Why? Because outer loop was going 5 times, and for each outer loop, this inner loop was running 5 times. So it's like yes, it's like outer loop number of times into number of times the inner loop, like 5 into 5, that gives you 25. That way also we can think. So is this clear, guys, how this outer loop and inner loop works?
No, sir. Because can you
Sir,
go to the page?
it should start with 0, no, sir. That is what I'm
But here I have changed the condition. I have made it starting value as 1.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count equal to 0 initially. For 1, it is printing 1 to 5 times, right? And then 2, 1 to 5 times. Okay.
Yes, it was not clear to someone. Can you please explain your doubt?
It is starting with I in range. Just for 1 up to 5 times it is processing, and for J up to 5 times it is processing, right?
So what is happening? So once it enters this loop, here the value of I is 1 now. Okay. It comes to J. The value of J is 1. Okay. It printed I comma J. I is 1, J is 1. Okay. It increases the count. Again, it will go to this loop only. It is still not coming out of this loop until and unless this loop terminates. That is after printing, after iterating how many times, guys? 5 times, right?
5 times.
Then it will again go to the outer loop. Now outer loop initially was 1. Now for the second iteration, the value of I will be 2.
2.
Okay. Again, it will go to this J loop. Now this will start from fresh. Again from value 1.
Okay, this range I understood, sir, but how 25 output which you are getting, it is multiplication. How it is taking 25, 5 to 5
No,
into
not
5.
no. Forget about multiplication. Forget multiplication. What I am doing here, we are not multiplying anything here. Okay. What we are doing, initially count was 0. You see, we initialize it to 0.
Okay.
Each time it enters this inner loop, we are increasing the count of that by 1. Each time it enters, we are increasing the count by 1. Initially, I is 1. It comes to J. J will go how many times? 5 times.
5 times.
So what will be the value of count after this? 5.
5.
Again, when I is 2, again it will be executed 5 times. So what will be the value of count then? Second time?
5.
Not 5 plus 5 10, because we are still inside this loop now. So it will be 5 plus 5 10. Okay. And then again third time, again it will iterate 5 times. The value will be 15. Again fourth time, the value will be 20. Okay. Now tell me, if I change the value of j from 6 to 11, then what will be the value of count at the end?
50.
50,
50.
because our outer loop is going how many times? 5 times,
Yeah.
1 to 6. Okay. And this inner loop is going 10 times. So for each outer loop, like 1, it will go 10. Again, for 2, value 2, it will go 10 times. So it will be total how many? 50.
Sir, once again, if the loop starts, it will start from uh, outer for loop, right? Because count it is storing, let's say after first loop, count is as stored as 5. It should not again
Yes.
go and it should again
No.
it should not go
If
and
we
start from count.
if we
Yeah.
give it 0 here, then each time it will start from 0 in the inner
Yeah.
loop. But we are not doing something like this here, right?
Mhm. And by default, if you don't give count equal to 0 in the first line, will it take by default as 0, sir?
No, we'll get an error that this variable has now, what is this? It will not be able to understand what is this count.
This is
Okay.
not defined.
Yep.
Okay, we'll
Yes.
get error. Count is not defined.
Mm.
Okay, guys, no problem, guys. We'll discuss more on this nested loop in the next class also, until unless everyone is clear. Okay, and about that range function also for -1 also we'll discuss that. Okay, no need to worry. Anyone else having any doubts so far?
So what are things
Then
we
we will.
discussed in today's class? If condition whitens.
Yes, we'll mention that. We checked if, else, elif condition we saw. Okay, we used while loop. We saw this for loop with range function. Okay, if, elif, else, while, for loop with infinite loop also we saw range function. Yes, so these all we have covered. Nested loop we started, but it is not we have to not completed. We'll see it in the, if it is not clear, we'll see it in the next class.
So whenever we want to have or print count value, initially we need to declare it as 0. And if you want to see the latest count, again we need to call it, right, sir, in the end. I mean,
Correct.
increment
Yes.
it and count it again. Okay.
Yes. Right.
Because I and j we're not declaring as initially. In the for loop, we're not declaring element as I equal to 0, j equal to 0. Directly it is
No. Yeah. It is taking this value
taking
from this
from the
range.
ranges. Yeah, that is what, sir. Yeah.
What will be the curriculum in the next weekend?
Next, we will be after this nested loop is covered, we will be covering about list tuples.
If we increase by half an hour also every day, every weekend, we are still having 1 hour extra. So 3 hours will be covering, sir. I mean, Saturday, Sunday. That
Right.
way,
Right. Yes. So we are discussing on this. Okay. And after it's finalized, we'll put it in the group. If everyone agrees, I will ask in the class only. If everyone agrees to extend by half an hour, then we'll go accordingly. Okay.
yes.
Okay,
So
sir.
4 3s are 12 classes. Still,
Either if everyone agree in weekend morning 2 hours, evening 1 hour. If everyone agree comfortable only.
I think
No,
we are
but then
here
some
only.
of
We
them
can
are having
here
some of them
only.
having concerns.
Evening it won't be possible. Morning we can extend.
Morning also okay, because if all are comfortable, better not to delay the process.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. That it will get started soon, so it will end soon.
Yes. If everyone agree
Okay.
only.
Okay, okay, we will discuss it, guys. If everyone agrees, if all are so who all are not okay, like with if I extend by half an hour, can they ping in the chat? Who all not agree?
you can create a poll in the group, in the WhatsApp group. Increase time by half an hour. You can create a poll, and we all can vote, sir, yes or no, something like that. Then you can take a call.
Okay,
Are
fine.
there these
Then
many participants or more are involved?
Hello, I don't understand what.
Today less
Are-
participants are here.
all are there today.
8 only today.
Fine, guys. No issues. No issues. So, just what the number of participants what we have today. Can they ping? Are they fine by extending half an hour? Anyone is not who is not fine? Who is
Even
not
1
fine?
hour,
Can
even 1 hour also fine if all are okay, sir. But if all are saying half an hour, that is also fine.
Half an hour should be good. Yeah.
okay,
half
fine.
an
Then
hour.
I think no one disagrees. Okay, then we'll increase it from a half an hour. Okay.
Okay.
Either we can
Okay.
start the class from 7:30 to 10 or 8 to 10:30.
8 to 10:30, sir.
8 to 10:30 better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Hi,
fine.
Danish.
Yes.
Shiva
Bye.
here.